Loneliness sucks. Male loneliness is apparently an epidemic right now in this world. I don't know if that's exactly true, but what I do know is true that every man I have ever met has had a major battle with loneliness. I've been fighting with it too in my own life, and that's why we're having this conversation. I want to share with you 5 things that I've learned that help me identify the male loneliness pattern in my life. It gave me an opportunity to do something about it. I also want to give you something that you can do about it. Start making things move in the right direction. There's the problem. That's what I need to deal with. So let's talk about the 5 symptoms of male loneliness, how it may be showing up in your life. Number 1, false stoicism. I'm not talking about Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Those are brilliant. That's stoicism. What I'm talking about is the cheap alternative that loneliness will drive you into. I'm talking about the stoicism that's full of repressed feelings, full of a resistance to be vulnerable, creating a justification to not really share how you feel. Oh, I'm good. I'm just going to keep to myself. I've got my shit together. I'm not going to be up. I'm not going to be down. I'm going to be nice in the middle. I'm not going to make anyone around me too uncomfortable. I'm not going to draw too much attention to myself. I got this. And we all know that's bullshit. This is not a healthy path. This is not the kind of stoicism that you want in your life. How much fun is it to be a stoic at the restaurant all by yourself? Just checking out the scenery and nobody's even paying attention. There's nobody to go with you to nothing but cakes. I wish I could share the joy. Number 2. There is a removal of men's spaces in our current society. That may seem like a really weird way to put it, but when I've talked to the men in my life and after 10 years of men's work, one thing a lot of men have mentioned is that it feels like places that they could go to just be a man are being invaded. Now, I'm not talking positive or negative towards the invasion. I'm just speaking towards what men are feeling. Are you feeling this? Like, you go to the gym, you're excited to get a good workout in, and what do you see? Influencers. I mean, historically, it was men that were all the gamers. They're the ones buying the consoles and the units and all the games. They're the ones that really got into this, and that was their culture. And that's not the case anymore. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm just saying more and more men are retreating from gaming. Even the Boy Scouts now admit girls. Number 3, bad relationships. Now, you can be lonely as hell and be married and have a relationship and have a partnership. You can have children, families. You can be really lonely. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm just pointing out the fact that it's not a big secret, and it's also not really weird. It's just how things are going. 60% of men 30 and younger say that they're single. A lot of them aren't even trying to date. Many of them are refusing to date. These relationships also affect relationships and friendships with other men. Now, if currently what you have is a group of guys that you get out with and have some pictures and some wings, watch a game, whatever, there's a good chance you're probably not going to reveal your darkest shadows in the middle of the game and say, hey, now that our favorite team scored a point, I want to tell you about the depression I feel around my marriage. Can you help me? A lot of men I met have just completely given up on relationships altogether. They just don't have the energy to try to learn how to make new ones. So the world's missing out. And then there's always pornography. A lot of men retreat to that. Yeah. I need to return the sex bot. It just wants to be friends. So yeah, I need to ship that back. Number 4, dating apps. Talking about cheap substitutes. Now, a dating app is not connection with human beings. Now, I know there's real people that set up real profiles, but you're not connecting with them. You're talking to an avatar, and you're reading a pre-made post. You have no opportunity to really connect to them if they don't reciprocate. That sucks, but that's kind of what we have as a society right now. So how successful have you been on the dating apps? Little side secret, something Andrea's taught me over the years. You know why a lot of women prefer dating apps? They're safe. It may be awkward for them, but it's a lot safer than going out and putting themselves into a position face to face with someone they don't know. So here's a thought. Like I remember a time where I would just, I'm like, all right, I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to read their profile. I'm going to make sure we're a good fit. I'm going to take the time to actually write nice replies and introductions. I'm going to be witty and sort of reserved and say enough things that are interested and use keywords from their profile to show that I'm really listening. And then the next day, I'm sure like out of 8 or 9 messages I've sent, I'm sure I'll get a couple, at least to get things started. And then I check my app that morning and guess what? My inbox is 0. Number 5, burnout. This one is really dangerous. When loneliness has reached burnout level, here's a couple things that have happened. Like I said earlier, you think you have an opportunity to go just focus on your job or focus on a hobby. You're going to go build the thing, whatever your distraction is. Now that you've settled into lonely life, it's a finite resource. It's not going to last. It doesn't work. I don't know any man who's been lonely, including myself, that ever really found satisfaction in their work. It just doesn't work. You'll eventually look in the mirror and like, success? Meh. Grind? Why would I grind right now? Why work hard? What's the point? Because underneath it all, you've lost perspective on a compelling future. Here's where it gets dangerous when I'm saying this one's the challenging one. When men have lost sight of a compelling future, a goal, a purpose, a reason for being, something that motivates you, even on the smallest level, when that's gone, you start wandering towards the next statistic, which really sucks. 85% of all suicides are men. I have a lot of friends in my life in 40 years that have cashed in their chips, and it's really sad, and I wish they were here, and they're not. I invite you to take this video very seriously, because unless you start to deal with what's really going on inside of you, you're not invincible. You're not Iron Man. You may have put on a really great suit of armor to protect yourself from having to show the world what you're really feeling, but you can't hide from yourself. So let's talk about something positive here, okay? Let's raise the energy a little bit. Let's talk about ownership solutions. Now, man to man, you are 100% responsible for your life. As of the watching of this video, I don't know where you thought you were before the video, but I'm saying right now, you and I, let's come to an agreement. You are 100% responsible for your own life right now. I'm not telling you you can control what's going on outside, what other people do, but you can control the kingdom inside of you. You can make decisions about what things mean to you. You get to decide. And when you take ownership of your life, that's your way of saying, okay, I know this happened to me and it sucked, but it doesn't direct my life anymore. I do. I am the voice in my own head now. Not my dad, not my ex-wife, not my boyfriend, not my girlfriend, not anybody. I am. And when you can do that, you get some benefits, and let's talk about those. You can find a men's group. I can tell you men's work has been my lifesaver. Imagine finding a support group of men that are willing to carry your pain with you, walk alongside you, hold you accountable, care about what you have to say, and everybody has an opportunity to be real about what's going on inside of them in a structured, organized, and safe place. There's 2 ways to look at it. There's probably more. I'll give you at least 2. There's local and there's online. And sometimes you can't find a local one, but I can guarantee you you'll find some group of men that meet on some basis online. I'll put a couple links in the description below. Get you started. Maybe you can find something that really resonates with you. The next one, mutual interests. Find one thing you really like doing and go look for a meetup, look for a gathering, go on Google events and wherever. Facebook events, you'll find it. I swear to God, there is a group for every interest, for every hobby, for every kink, for every lifestyle. Your tribe is out there. Find them. And the most powerful one I want to give you for the ownership solution is ownership. Let me tell you about a hard pill I had to swallow. Have you ever noticed that a lot of your relationships tend to have the same patterns? It's not because the rest of the human race are all a certain way. It means that you're attracting people to you that reflect back what you believe about yourself. Let me get into that real quick. Imagine you're a signal going out into the world. You're going to attract people whose receivers hear that signal, and they're going to come right back up to you and go, hey, let's play this song together. So if you see a lot of similarities in your relationships, in your friendships, it's not because the world is all the same. It's because you haven't changed you yet. You haven't evolved yourself yet. You haven't found out what's going on inside. When you can look in the mirror and know that guy and go, I got you, and I know who you are, you're going to find people who reflect that back, and it's really great. Now, finally, I want to give you 2 things that you can do right now to get this started. Number 1, pick one step that you're going to take to move this ball forward. You want more relationships, more fulfillment, more anything? Then make one step towards getting it. One example could be just write down on a piece of paper with your own hand what you like, what you don't like, what's hell yes, what's fuck no. Be real specific and clear, because if you want to move forward, you need data, not just a bunch of ambiguous thoughts that really have no beginning or end. Be specific. That's easy. You can spend an hour or 2 hours doing that, and you can do it today. Another one, what would be, I'm just going to go online, I'm going to get the Meetup app, and I'm going to start looking for my hobbies and see what kind of people are out there. The reason why I'm inviting you to make it simple and actionable today is because the loneliness part of you that wants everything to be lonely and sad is going to complicate it. Second thing, I want you to accept the gift from Andrea and I. We have built a huge archive of really helpful materials. We want to give them to you. They're things that can actually help your life improve a little bit today. Just sign up in the first link in the description and they're yours. And then please, by all means, come back and let us know what you thought of them. And finally, if you like conversations like this, I invite you to check out these 2 videos. This one's about men's emotions, and this one's about modern manhood. I would love for you to watch them and participate by commenting below. And we will see you in the next video.